Okay, everybody, in this part of Module 2, we're going to be looking at percents. We're going to start out with some really basic stuff about percent conversion because as you work in business, you're going to find that you need to do that a lot, that you need to convert percents to decimals or back again. It is very, very simple. You just have to make sure you remember and know how to do it. All you do, okay, we're starting with 47%. All you do to make it a decimal is to move the decimal place 2 places to the left. That is all you do. And so you see again here, if you're trying to do the opposite, if you're trying to convert the following decimal to a percent, we have 0.85. You're just going to move it to the right 2 places. So what you're going to have is 8.5%. And up here also you just need to remember that once you move the decimal place, once you make it 0.47, you no longer need the percent sign because you've converted it to a decimal. So it really is that simple. You don't have to do any mathematical configuration. All you have to do is know to move that decimal place 2 places to the left to convert a percent to a decimal and 2 places to the right to convert it from a decimal to a percent. Now, converting it to a fraction, we just have another step or two. So we start with 40%. So what do we do to first make it a decimal? We move that 2 places. So now we have 0.40. Now you remember from a previous lesson, how do we convert a decimal to a fraction? This becomes our numerator, and you can just make this 0 go away, and you write 1 and how many decimal places you have, right? 1 0 for every decimal place. So you have 4/10, which will reduce to 2/5. Okay, so that is how you just have one more step. You just convert it to a decimal. If that helps you understand better how to make it a fraction, remember your rules for converting fractions to decimals. Just put your number as the numerator, whatever you have behind that decimal point. Your denominator is going to be a 1 and a 0 for every place you have, and then just reduce. Okay, now we're going to see decimals come into play a little bit in business and a business sort of word problem and how we would factor it, okay? So we have a $200 item, this says, and it is 15% off, okay? So what we're going to do so we can work with this is make it a decimal. And what you're going to do is multiply 200 times 0.15, and you're going to get out your calculator to do that. Don't forget, you're not multiplying 200 times 15 because you might confuse yourself. Do 200 times 0.15 and you get 30. Now, 30 is not your answer, okay? Well, 30 is this answer. How much money is discounted? This is your discount amount because this is 15%, and that's the amount of the discount. So to get your final price, then all you do is subtract your discount amount from your price, and so then your final sale price will be $170. So just don't confuse yourself on what it is you're figuring. If you have, and you can look at it logically, if you have a $200 item that's 15% off and you come up with 30, well, you know that can't be how much it is because you know that 15% off of 200 is not going to give you a $30 item. So that is your amount of discount. You subtract it from your total to get your final sale price, okay? So that's all pretty simple, but be sure to reach out to me if you have any issues, any questions. There are some more help videos in your module.